G'day all, Michael here, back to make a video after a very long time off. We need to tidy up the desk before we can put together the Hookll Extra 300. Well, we've pushed everything to the side and here it is from Banggood, the Hookll Extra 300H. And I have three of these, and I was very lucky to pick one up in the Black Friday sales. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know I love a sale. And let's get into it. Very nicely double boxed. There it is. 1200 millimeters. Flying weight they're calling 1180, but we'll check that. Full of servos, motor, ESC, ready to go with a 4S LiPo. Let's get it out of the box. Here's all the parts and pieces laid out. There's a couple of things. It was actually 13 by 4 prop. Nice spinner. There's a couple of bits of carbon that I'm not sure what they're for. There's nothing here in the instruction indicating where they go. Very simple instruction, but it looks like we pop the wings in, pop the tail in, and we're done. So the instructions call for the wheels to go on first, and we're looking for some M3 by 25. There's 4 long, 2 shorter, and the 2 shorter are the 25mm long. The supplied screwdriver is terrible, so I'm just using my own. First step is to fix the wheel pants. I have like a wooden plate on the edge of the foam wheel pant. We'll see how the foam goes. Kind of half expecting them to get a little bit scuffed up. And actually, before I do that, I might even try and peel off the blue plastic there. Under the fuselage there's a nice little magnetic hatch that just pops out. Can line up the holes there nicely. And on the other side is a couple of captured nuts into some light ply. Don't know how many rough landings that'll take before it gets a bit wobbly, but looks pretty sturdy for the moment. Don't want to over tighten the wheels on there too much. The thread's just poking through here where the wings are going to need to slide in, so we don't want to have that doing any damage. So step 2 is to put the tail together, but before I do that, I'm going to put some CA hinges into here. I thought at first it was just the paint, but that foam hinge is not great. So I'm going to cut all the way through and put a couple of CA hinges in. think that I've worked out these two go on the ailerons. A pair of the adjusters here I think are supposed to go with these thinner carbon, but they just don't seem to fit in there. So I'm going to have to use, I have some piano wire, some pushrod wire, make up my own push rods for the back, for the tail part. Although it does explain the other smaller Allen key, and that fits into the grub screw on that one. Maybe they were just running short on this one. Everything else looks very nice. A little bit confusing. We'll press on. Okay, so the other thing I just noticed is the blue stickers must go on top. It is recessed so that it fits in there better. It won't work the other way. Blue on top. Before we glue the pieces together, I'm just going to see if we can get the paint to get a better surface to glue into. So there's a couple of things need doing before we glue that on. I need to cut the foam here for there's another CA hinge on the bottom of the rudder, so that when that goes in, that will go into the foam. So we just put a little slot in for that one. And the other thing is we need to cut the stickers a little bit here to put the control horns on. I'm going to glue the two pieces together first. Now that we've got the tail section all glued up, we've got the Tyre wheel. There's a little flat platform here that needs to push into, and we've lined up and pre-fit a hole for the wire. Now just a drop of CA glue should hold that in place. Making sure that the pivot on the wheel is lined up with the hinge line. Brought the hole out a little bit here, the second one out. So we might have to enlarge the hole here as well for the control horn. Go with the middle for the moment. I know that these are huge control surfaces. Take a minute or two. We'll adjust those once we've connected it up. Okay guys, we've got a 4S2200 here up front. Everything's connected up. We've got the watt meter in there. Let's run her up and give her a test. About 25%. about 50%, 75, and 100%. Wow, it's got some pull. Well, there you have it. Looking forward to getting that up in the air. 4S 2200, all bound up to the Tyrannus. Really nicely finished. The paint job on it is nice and thick and smooth. I reckon they could have done something with the font on there. That looks straight Arial. But you know, pretty nicely trimmed. Some of the stickers are a little bit bubbly, which is disappointing. Might be able to put some heat into them. Overall, you know, from the build and the appearance of it, highly recommended. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll see you on the Maiden.